first event of its kind in this country, opportunity for the sport to attract a new audience in an age when we're starting to digest sport in a more bite-sized portion. Here's rowing's equivalent. Still two giant pond skaters side by side, and these the crews for Nottingham, not the crew they planned to put on the water a week ago. You'll find the other half of the boat that isn't here this weekend, competing in the home internationals across in Cork. For Exeter, like most here, they haven't had an awful lot of crew time, but the Exeter regatta was conveniently scheduled last weekend. They managed to draw the bulk of the team together in that beautiful and historic quay for some sprint racing, actually over 400 metres, so a little further than they'll have here, but they have been sprinting recently. Greg, what's interesting is that in between the second and third quarter-final, we had some vessels coming down the course. It'll be a little bit choppier than it was for the first two. Yeah, as I look out on the water here, this is actually now really not very nice to row on. If you like, this is a Formula One car, and you're sending it through the desert, or off-road, if you like. It's really quite bumpy, and the athletes now not only have to have all that power and explosive energy, but they also have really good technique to keep those blades clear of these waves. Nottingham heavily reliant on the resources of Nottingham University's rowing club, over half the boat, including the cox, a powerful middle bit representing that seat of learning. For Exeter, an 8 made up of athletes who all originally come from England's furthest southwest. There are members of clubs there, all of them keen to showcase and give something back to that region that's fired their rowing ambitions. And Exeter got a really lovely start. There was a really nice squeeze about it. They weren't too aggressive. They didn't rip those blades. They just squeezed it away and kind of took the boat with them as they locked the blades against the water. Now they need to look clean, as you see the water right up the looms of the blades. That white water up the blades could slow them down and could cause a bit of a problem. Nottingham Cox, Hattie Swindles, trying to drive her crew on in green, and it looks like they are fighting back. Exeter in red. Emily Boother looking after them, shouting the instructions, keeping that stroke rate up, and this is going to be tight. Nottingham are coming back now. They handle that bumpy water better. It's really stroke for stroke, neck and neck as we come down towards the line here, and this one's really tight to call. Oh! Well, we may need the judges on that one. It was certainly Exeter who went out the fastest of the two, Exeter in the red, but stroke by stroke over the second half of the race, Nottingham fought back, and look at this. It looks as if it will just be by no more than a canvas. It is Exeter in red who have made the semi-finals. And that was like a horse race where these boats surge as the power goes in, and they go literally neck and neck, and you watch that surge as they come towards the line. Exeter just hit that line in the perfect moment within the stroke, so their bow was surging as they came across the line. We have 3 of our 4 men's semi-finalists, Manchester, Cambridge and Exeter next up. Bristol against London.
Well, Callum Johnson, the stroke here, just catching his breath. Callum, I'll grab a quick word with you if you don't mind. How are you feeling?
Yeah, okay. That was tough for 350 metres, or however short it was. But yeah, nice to get through a round. Yeah.
Any tactics out there today? Was he just gunning for it?
Yeah, I think if you can get off like a lead off the start, that's really puts it to bed early. So yeah, we got a good start there and just about managed to hold on.
Well, talk us through what you do next, because you got another race. You're through to the semi-final. How about your recovery?
Yeah, so we've got to stay out on the water now, so it'll just be about keeping cool and yeah, try and freshen up as much as possible.
Gotta leave it there. My arm's not long enough. Well done. Congratulations, Heather. What you make of that one? It was a good old gritty battle, wasn't it?
It was really good. Really impressed. It was tricky for them off the start. The wash, as Greg was saying, was pretty bouncy. Saw Nottingham being pushed around a little bit, and maybe that made it a bit tougher for them to come back.
Are you seeing any key tactic from the 3 races so far? Is there something that is working?
Fast and furious. That's all I can say, Craig. However, you know what? As Nottingham showed in the previous race, it's not just about being fast and furious, it's about being controlled as well.
How do they recover? Because, you know, they look tired there. It's not long. I mean, this is over pretty quickly here. They fly through these races. What do they do over the waiting game for the semis?
This is the thing about rowers. We're known for being able to recover really quickly. So as hard as you bury yourself and as tired as you are, you bounce back very quickly. So these guys, they'll catch their breath, and very quickly they'll bounce back and feel fresh again. By the time it comes to the third race, they may not feel quite so fresh, but they're endurance athletes. They'll be fine.